Now, if you remember back to the last episode, I said we'd be using the T54E1 soon. I didn't say how soon. And honestly, I thought it was going to be the episode after this one. Turns out it is this episode. That just happened to be where the list of requested tanks fell. So let's get started on it. I've went over its weaknesses before in another video. But now I'm actually focusing on the tank that I'm playing, describing its weaknesses. So this one, now it's a relatively large tank for a medium. If we got the T54 out, for example, it's a little bit shorter. The T54 here is a little bit shorter, and it's definitely lower than the T54E1. So this isn't that maneuverable or as speedy as it really could be, as thinking of it as a medium. But, oh well, it's still decent. Its armor isn't really anything to be relying on. It's not that thick. You can see its armor here for a tier 9, 110mm hull armor. I mean, it's angled relatively well, but nothing too special. Once again, it's not that thick for a tier 9 at all. Its turret armor, the stats, they don't make it sound like anything too special either. 127mm, and actually if we go down to the tier 8, it's tier 8 brother, I guess, cousin, brother, or whatever. It's got a slightly better armor angle on the front of the hull, and its turret is amazingly angled. Like, look at that, that's just like pointed. So that bounced so many shells, not all of them, it wasn't reliable. If you hit right here on the end of the gun, same goes to the T54E1, it almost always penetrates and sometimes knocks out the gun. If you get hit from the side, it goes right through, no problem. But taking hits from the front from lower tiers was always pretty easy. And it had 152mm armor on the front of the turret there, as opposed to the 127, so that's a downgrade on this tier 9s. But as I said before, this different looking texture here is cloth. If I point my turret straight up, which is actually not very high, it's only like up to here, it's got terrible gun elevation. Its depression is half decent, but its elevation is absolutely terrible. I'll be sitting on maps and there'll be places that are like right there, and I'm trying to look up at them and it's like, nope. I have to sit there and take the hits, or else try to hide somewhere, which isn't always that much of an option. But you can see it's kind of got some well angled parts here too, but not that well. This part here, as far as bouncing shots, is pretty much useless. If you have to shoot at one's turret, definitely shoot right here. Same with the other side. If you hit this part, you will likely bounce. Once again, hitting the end will usually do damage. The hatch on top is always an option. And this whole, I want to call it like an apron or a bib or something, this whole part is pretty weak. If you see one with its turret pointed up and you can shoot the bottom of its turret, then do it. It's just cloth under there, so you'll go right through. If you can hit it with an HE round, then that's amazing. That's much better. But its turret ring is pretty weak. Its ammo rack is always getting hit, which is why I've got the WoT ammo rack on this thing, which really seems to help. It's a 20% less chance? 50% ammo rack durability, okay. It makes a huge difference, I find, and I'm training that skill, I think, too, aren't I? Yeah, I'm training that skill there. So it's definitely a great thing to get if you get this kind of tank. So we'll talk about its gun as we get into battle here. So you can see, you may have saw there, well, it doesn't say the average there, it says the potential. Ooh, right at the top of the list. Is that, ooh, 1 tier 9 on each side. Ooh. No artillery. Yeah. Woo. That's great. That is great. I'm happy. It's our lucky day, T54. Let's not jinx it. Okay, I'm going to go bridge. Always go bridge on this map. But as I was saying, the gun in this thing, it's got a 35-second reload. Give or take a second. And 4 shells between reloads. So we got T54 and T54E1. Maybe 54 is a lucky number of some sort. We'll make T54 cry. Let's see. Anyone I know in here? If you guys ever see yourself in here, then just be like, "Hey, I was right there." La, 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 la. I don't know. The chances you guys seeing yourself in here is pretty minimal, but I mean, it's possible. I've run into members of my clan from time to time. My clan isn't that big. I don't think we're even big enough to do clan wars, really. We wouldn't have enough people online at one time to do it. And we wouldn't be able to motivate people enough. Let's get down this first gap. I feel like we're not going very fast. I'm ahead of the heavies. I'm definitely faster than heavies in this thing, but faster than the mediums? No, I don't really keep up with them that well. Especially when it comes to accelerating. I always sit right here, peek over. Oh, I bounced that shell. See, it hit the bouncy part of my turret. I'm actually going to reload right now. So I don't want to get into an engagement when I'm missing a shell. Oh no, this T54 is going to come over here while I'm reloading. That guy's behind me. I shouldn't have reloaded. Time to get out of here. Time to hide. My engine. Oh, I picked the worst time to reload, didn't I? I'm dead. Ah. Well, good thing I won't type it. Good thing I was the only tier 9. There goes my happy mood. Well, let's do another. I'll get back to you guys once that tank gets out of battle. Okay, let's try that again. Next time I'm the only tier 9 in the battle, I'm not going to say anything to in chat about it. Well, no artillery again. That's interesting. Lots of tier 10s though. Lots of tank destroyers. That's a lot of hurt. So let's hope this doesn't turn out like the last battle. But the last battle is a great example of how autoloaders can make or break you. I mean, they can sometimes just destroy the enemy, especially when they don't know you have an autoloader. They think you're going to be spending the next 10-15 seconds reloading, and you just go and pump 3 more shells into them during that time and do 1,200 more damage to them. It's incredibly awesome. Or you can just do absolutely terrible like we just did there. That was bad. That was really bad. So this map on this side, I always have a certain tactic I like to do. It depends on what tank I'm in exactly, but in mediums for sure I do this. I take a little bit of risk. I need to stop turning so much because that's just bleeding off my speed a little. I need to take a little bit of a risk here by going this way along the coast. So if I get spotted, I could potentially get hit soon, early on in the game. This guy's coming this way. I don't think he's going to be a problem right now. If anybody comes across the bridge behind us, I think I've done this in the video before, haven't I? I think so. If anybody comes across the bridge behind us, hello IS-8, you're shooting at stuff, then we will know it. Oh, our team is pushing over there. Nice. They'll get lit up because they're within the minimum distance for spotting. If they come across the bridge, they'll break the barrier right beside us. That'll slow them down a little bit, give us enough time to get our gun around. Although this gun turns relatively fast if I move my tank at the same time. We don't want to get too close to the wall here because we need to be able to turn. So if I'm pressed up right against it and a tank comes right there, I need to turn around real quick. My tank kind of hits it, and that really slows me down. That could be the difference between me getting a shot off before he shoots me and runs off and not. Now, oftentimes, oh, there's a victim. I can shoot somebody through here. Oh yeah, I tracked him. There's 2 hits. There's 3 hits. Oh, that one. It wouldn't have quite killed him though, I don't think. Would have been close, but a gun does 390 damage on average, and he has 400 and something health points left. 468, I think. So we're reloading now for the next few seconds. I should probably help that guy out once we are reloaded. Oh, never mind. They got him. They got him pretty quick. That guy over on the top right of our screen. He's on the other side of the hill. Okay. Let's see if we can spot anything. Do I want to push up farther? Let's see if I can hit this tank destroyer. Let's do it. I might get shot from the side from where I was just shooting at last time. Let's put one more shell over there. I'm still high. If anything's going to hit him, if he's still there, then that was it. Okay, let's reload. They're pushing over there. I've got to get over to that. No, I'm going to stay here. I was thinking about going over there, but if I'm sitting here, then hopefully when they come across this bridge, if I'm reloaded by then, ooh, IS-8's taking hits, which means he's spotted, which means I potentially am too. When they come across the bridge, I can hopefully put a few shells into him. That guy's at 1,522 health points left. I might be able to do that much with 4 shells, but I've got to make them all count, and at that distance it's a little bit difficult, especially if it's a moving target, to hit all 4 shells. This guy. Missed. Missed again. Crap. I might be spotted now. Shooting at a guy moving with a relatively clear line of sight at me. Come on, peek around. Okay, let's look at this guy. Hit him. Hit. Okay, now I'm gonna take a hit, I think. Time to get out of here. Should I cross? I think that'd be a bad idea. Let's make sure I'm not spotted. And then retreat. There goes one of their heavies over there. Ouch. Crap. I should probably use my repair kit. Let's hide. Oh, how did he hit me? We peek over here. Give this tank destroyer a bad day. That one did no real damage. Can't quite hit that. I'm worried about what's going to be behind me in a second, because I won't be able to turn around quick enough with this dead tank right beside me. I'm not safe from the front either, really. If someone shoots at me, they're going to hit me. That guy's right over there. If I peek out, he's probably going to pick me off before I can pick him off. Dang. What do I do? What do I do? It's a TD over here I can't see either. That kind of worries me. Is he moving up? Nope. TD's there now. Maybe I can hit him. Can I hit him? Oh, dang it. Uh-oh. Ah. How did I know that was going to happen? I should have moved, but at the same time, moving would have been very risky. I would have likely got spotted and shot from over in that direction again, like I was several times. Or else from over across the bridge area. So it was a risky battle. It was really not working out how I liked. I had a good go at that. Was it an IS-8 on the hill there? Must have been. It must have been that IS-8 that's dead there. Trendy Tracks. So thank you, Trendy Tracks, for giving me a relatively fun time there. But oftentimes that spot works out great. I hang out there for the first 5 minutes of the battle, pick off a few guys, or at least try to. Usually somebody, at least a few people, are stupid enough to come over the hill like the IS-8 did over there, and then I can pick them off, put a few rounds into them. People try to hide behind the rocks on top of the hills, but usually the back of their tank is hanging out a little bit, and I can just hit that. And then once I feel that's safe, I go across the middle and either go down the side. If I bring up the mini map here, go down the side beside the river where all those heavy tanks are there now, just kind of behind me, behind my dead tank, only on the side of the river there, on the enemy's side, and go take this bridge. And usually people at this bridge are doing okay, but I think they pushed too early. That sometimes works out, but conditions just weren't quite right. So let's go take a look at somebody else's view here. This guy here. Go to TD. Which I want to try driving one of these again. This is the tank destroyer that could potentially do, and this is as far as his turret turns, by the way, where he's got it. They can potentially do over like 2,000 damage with one shot. Not always, but potentially. They have a crazy gun with HE rounds. It can be very deadly. I tried it on the test server for one battle, and I wasn't overly impressed with it. Most of my shells did 500 damage or so, which isn't as much as a tier 10 tank destroyer should do. It should do nearly twice that. Reliably. But I should give it a try again on the next test server. Especially since, considering going up the British line, I have to choose between the tank destroyer line and the heavy tank line. I'm working my way up from Matilda. I've almost got enough experience in the Churchill 5? Is that the tier 5 one? Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know my Churchills, my British tanks. But we'll see. I guess if I go to the tank destroyer line, may depend on if I get tired of the Churchills. Do I want to go with a third Churchill, or do I want to switch it up to something else after the second one? This guy's flanking around out here, out in the field. That's usually pretty smart, especially when there's people over in the middle in this area. I assume you can see my mouse still. I hope I have that enabled, or else I'll have been just talking without a cursor going when I had the map bigger. Oh, there's somebody. Hello, Mr. Lowe. You might be about to have a bad day. Ooh, there we go. 1,365 damage. There's that crazy damage I was talking about. That could have potentially one-shotted him. There's no other vehicles that can do that in World of Tanks except for Artie. Which is what makes this tank sound so appealing. I don't know what its armor is. I know its turret, I think, can be relatively bouncy. I think that design there is pretty good on the front of its turret. But I don't know about its armor anywhere else, really. They're not very common. Will it hit the T32? Yep. No problem. We still might win this. And actually, in case you were wondering, I did, I think, 260 something damage to that T44. Is it T44 or T50? I think it was a T44 that rammed me in the back in that last battle. And our team still won. But yeah, I'm never going to mention again if I'm the only tier 9 or only tank of my tier and I'm at the top of the list. Never again am I going to be happy about getting good matchmaker. Ever. Because something like that will happen. But that was a great example of how autoloaders can really ruin your day. You've seen before in my videos, I guess, how autoloaders can be amazing and save your life. Especially when people don't know that you have an autoloader. And you just start pumping out the shells into them. But yeah, if they know your tank, then it makes life a whole lot more difficult. Let's go see what this guy's doing over here. He's dying. Okay. Good to know. What about you? That doesn't seem like a very smart place. You know, when you shoot, all bushes is within, I think, is it 15 meters? Actually lay down. Like, you don't see them laying down, but like the shockwave makes them basically non-existent. So hiding inside of bushes like this, it's not helpful at all if you're shooting. You want to sit behind them so it blocks your line of sight. And if you zoom in all the way, I can't do it right now, but normally I could if I wasn't dead. If you zoom in all the way, then you can see through the bushes if you're sitting inside of them. If you back up and you keep still zooming in all the way and looking through them, eventually you'll see that you suddenly can't see through them anymore. That's the same distance that bushes will lay down from you in the same radius. So if you can't see through bushes when you zoom in all the way, they're good cover. Otherwise, as soon as you shoot, they're gone. And I'm alt-tabbing. I hit the Windows key actually on my computer that time. But yeah, so sitting here, this isn't really a smart guy. Where's their Where's their tanks? This might be a camping match for the rest of it. Oh, there's one. So there's their tier 9. Does he have a shot? Does sharpshooter have a sharp shooting? Yes. Doesn't have a line of sight. Neither do you. Okay, guys, I'm gonna let you go because this battle is just gonna go on forever. We've almost reached the end of the time limit, actually, and it's just getting to be a bit of a camping match because nobody wants to die, and they all know that it's pretty much even right now. Actually, it's probably gonna become a draw here. So, ooh, yeah, that's the same guy. So I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.